Hello and welcome to Jammy Stream with the DRSL Drivers Room Sunday League, and we are about to get the race underway very shortly. Let's have a look at a few cars just about to cross the line. Well, that one's obviously long gone, but who cares, because Mr. MJR Mercer, the godfather of the Drivers Room and founder, has started the final. So we will begin the race. Okay, get ready for this, people, because this is tier 1, the top guys. So these are the fastest guys, so this should be a bit of fun. Cartman in first position at pole, Gary in second, Flappy third, so that should be good racing by these guys. Well, let's stick with pole position. We have Cartman. Screw you guys, I'm going home, and Cartman is off. They all get off to a pretty good start, I would say. Okay, right, well, this is the first turn. As you can see, Cartman has got the line, takes the inside, make sure nobody overtakes him on the first turn. He is threatened slightly by Gary, and Gary takes the inside. Is he gonna make it? No, he's not. Let's save that for another day. Cartman again closes the door, and he's holding first position. And Gary, on the other hand, will obviously want a bit of first position, as he does pretty much every single race. So if Gary's in the race, expect him to be the top 3, no doubt. However, Gary is on the attack here. There was a little touch by Gary on the corner, but it seems that these guys are racing pretty hard. Well, everyone is away quite cleanly, no problems there. With Cusker trying to get in the middle there, this should be quite interesting. Cusker is in first place, overtaken Gary, and Gary has taken first, second, no, and Cusker, oh my god, what a mix-up. And Cusker actually goes into first place. Closes the door, and Gary, oh dear, a little bit of a slip by Cusker, and he's given the lead to Gary, as it seems. So, and that's unfortunate, with Cartman originally in first position, then going to third, and now he goes to first again. So what's going on here? Wow, wait, this is going to be some race, that's for sure. So unbelievably, Gary stays in second. No, he's not. He's in first again. This is unbelievable. Gary will want to take the lead for the remainder of the race. No doubt he will. You know, because he's a rather determined character. I know this chap personally, and yes, he is very determined. So, as we look back, we see Cartman in second. Let's have a look and see from another view. Right there, briefly. Okay, sorry about that, people. Okay, we will see very briefly a different view for Cartman. And Cartman is trying his best to catch up Gary, but Gary, obviously being Gary, he will want absolutely #1 place all the time, and yeah, it's gonna be a tough one. Yeah, absolutely, you're absolutely right, Mr. Ricey. It's gonna be a real kind of struggle, this one, but unfortunately Gary has gone down to number 2, whereas we're threatened by Cusker right behind him, and a bit of an early braking by Cusker, but he's still on the tail. So That's all well and good. As we take a look around, Kuska having third with Frappe on fourth position. He's likely to get certainly the top five. Usually, I would say guaranteed a top three. But with Cartman racing so good this season, Gary at his usual top end self, obviously these really quick guys are bound to kind of lap up first place as soon as you can. However, down the field, we do have, in fact, where are we? Michael or MS Too Fast for You, number 5, advertising driver's room on the underside of the rear wing. So bravo there, sir. Alex, on the other hand, you know what? I expected Alex to do a little bit better on this track. However, he does seem to be slipping in the recent couple of months. So maybe he's not as good as he was right at the beginning of last season. So we will see. However, John William Megan recently been promoted to Tier 1. Seems to be doing okay. Yeah, he's a very good driver. However, he does have his moments in bodily contact with other cars. But right now he's by himself or not in very close proximity to other cars, so he's okay and everyone else is okay. Mungino, well, what a fantastic livery. He's absolutely the livery master, I might add. So Mungino is a great racer, really fast, personal friend, and also a top livery designer. So what can I say? Good luck, Mr. Mung. As we see, DRC JC, well, JC has taken Tier 1 over the past couple of seasons, so, or at least 2 seasons. So he's doing so well. You know, he seems to have got some speed from somewhere, no doubt. But obviously it's going to be pretty tough on this guy. So that's going to be a challenge. Lionessi, well, let's just say Nessie can be a little impatient at times with overtaking or his manoeuvres, but he is a fast chap, so we will hopefully get to see a few faster times with Nessie. Nessie goes for the overtake on the left-hand or right-hand turn, and he takes it on the inside. That's lovely. Just make it stay there, Nessie, and you will be good. Yeah, absolutely. As we see, JC, well, he's right behind Nessie, as you can see, but clearly he wants his place back. Murkoff, well, in the classic, absolutely classic Golf livery, in 11th position out of 13. So he's not in the top spots. However, he's certainly not right at the back, which is always a good thing to hear. Merck is second from the back, and Mr. Sean, I'm surprised at this, but he is bringing up the rear, so that's a lot to deal with. Well, with Cartman now in first position, he's roaring he's roaring ahead, really, and they're all in the Lexus Group 3 cars, so that's really good. So I like these Lexus cars, or Mazda, the Atenza, sorry, Lexus, what am I talking about? Yeah, Mazda Atenza, there you go. Got it right. Something I got right, believe it or not. Anyway, as we can see, Cartman does have it. However, Gary is doing his best to catch up, but he does need to do a little bit of work, and he's being harassed by Mr. Cusker on his back end there. So who will know if Gary will make a mistake, which he has done. Caught a couple of wheels on the grass, but straight back on the tarmac straight away, so it shouldn't be much of a problem. Well, as you can see, Flappy is number 4th. He was number 5. However, slipping down slowly but surely is MS Too Fast. So unfortunately, he's slipping down the ranks a little bit. However, Alex, on the other hand, exactly the opposite. He is trying to climb the ranks. He's a pretty quick guy in general. Smarmy at times, but then again, I'm sure Alex will admit that freely anyway. He's position number 6, obviously trying to climb. So this is going to be interesting. I'm gathering by the tyre wear and the track length, we're likely to go for one tyre change, or rather one pit stop and tyre change, and that should be it. But as we can see, Michael, well, in fact, JC has gone into the pit already for an early pit stop, which is a bit odd, to be honest, because I thought he was doing very well. Maybe it's a tactical thing, I don't know, but we'll have to see on that one, that's for sure. Well, then again, Murkoff has made up some places, clearly, and he ends up being in 8th. With Mercer right behind him. Fantastic. Whereas Cartman, on the other hand, as we see it, is first position with almost 4-second gap between himself and second position, which is quite a gap to be made out of. And you know, with Cusker in second, closely followed by Gary, Flappy is just really close as well. You know, these three, wowee, an accident could happen, or some overtaking could happen. You know, I'm not sure, but this is, you know, going to be really exciting. Perhaps Cusker can actually hold on to second. However, he does need to keep everything clean. No mistakes, no issues, and he will be just fine in second position. However, he is being harassed by Gary, as Gary does like to harass a lot of people, but that's just Gary in 3rd position. In 4th, on the other hand, is Flappy. Well, he's trying to catch up Gary, obviously. Maybe if Gary can make any mistakes, but he's not looking to make any mistakes, which is a little bit tough to overtake if a person doesn't make any mistakes. So obviously, if they're all the same car, all the same power, all the same handling, then clearly there's no advantage on one way or the other. It's all about driving technique. But at the moment, Gary in 3rd, Cusker in 2nd, with Cartman rolling away in 1st. So who will be the master of of this track. All we're waiting for is someone to make a little bit of an error. There was a little bit of a slide from the rear end on from Flappy's car. Most people are going in the pits. Yes, I think the majority are in the pits. Alex stays out, which is quite interesting. My guess he would be going into the pits on the next lap, so that's going to be interesting. With Cartman on the other hand, wow, he's in first position and he's doing really well, in fact, so that's really good stuff by Cartman. He stays in first. He's been in first for, wow, at least well, from the second lap anyway, so that's really good. He's also set the fastest lap time, which is great news. And with Alex out of the pits, he comes into second again. Well, actually he hasn't been into the pits, has he? No, he hasn't. With John William Migan obviously not been into the pits, where Gary has, and he comes out in fourth. However, Cusker in fifth, Flappy all changed at sixth, Michael MS2 Fast for you in seventh. Mercer has not changed as yet, so we may see a pit stop from him this time. But at the moment he will need to change his tyres. Well, certainly he'd top up his fuel anyway, otherwise he's going to miss out and end up running out of fuel if he doesn't. So we'll see. Magino is chancing it for a no stop. He's also short shifting, which is very good news for the fuel, but he does need to pit. Sean the same. JC, well, he pitted early, as you can see. However, it hasn't really paid off since he was in 8th or 7th or 8th, I believe, before he actually went to the pit, and now he's 11th. So clearly something has not quite worked out the way it should have done from JC's perspective, I'm sure. But as for Nessie, well, he's all changed. Yes, but he is 12th. But then again, there are quite a few people that need to change at this point. Murkoff has changed, so it's just we're looking at Cartman. Will he go in? Because the back end is tending to slide around a lot at the moment. So unfortunately, he does need to change. Because clearly his car is not going as quickly as he would like it to, and he's clearly losing about a second and a half every single lap from his quickest time. So will he go inside? Yes, he does. So that's going to be interesting. What about Alex? Will he go into the pits? No. Unbelievable. Yeah, come on Alex, this is going to be an absolute blinder if you can pull it off. But will he have enough fuel? Yeah, maybe he will, but the thing is, can he make it? Because he's going to have not great tyre grip for the rest of this race. If he can get through it, okay, but we're not sure. As for Gary, straight in second. Yeah, this is his first lap, or just his second lap, in fact, on fresh tyres. So he seems to be doing okay there. However, Cartman did take up a little bit of fuel, and whereas Gary took on much less fuel. So he's trying to chance it perhaps But I think Cartman, on the other hand, took up too much fuel for his own good, and he's ended up coming out in third position. A little bit unfortunate for Mr. Cartman, but we will see, won't we? We will see. Well, Guinness delivery for Cusker, so everything's okay from Cusker's point of view. However, I'm sure he would prefer to see himself a little bit higher on the grid, maybe second or third even. But with the second and third being very, very close, with Flappy trying to overtake, Michael trying to overtake Flappy here. Will he actually make it stick? And Flappy is on the inside and takes it and closes the door on Michael, and Flappy says, thank you very much, I will take that place. And Flappy goes straight into fifth from sixth position. Good overtake there. That was a great overtake. However, in sixth position, MS Too Fast does want that position back. So clearly they're racing together and trying to feed off each other, it seems, with the slipstream. And although you do get dirty air with this, so that's not too great. However, let's have a look at JC. He's managed to get up into 7th position from 11th after some of the other guys have pitted, so back into 7th, so that's very well done from JC. Okay, I think pretty much everyone's pitted apart from 2 people. That's Alex and Mr. Sean, I think. Let's go down these guys. Alex, yeah, and everybody has pitted apart from Mr. Sean and Alex. However, as you can see from Alex, he's decided not to pit again, so this could be an absolutely legendary lap and legendary race for Mr. Alex here. But can he actually pull it off? Will the others actually catch him up? Because he is actually losing time because of, obviously, the grip on his tyres aren't being as effective as they should be if they're brand new straight out. But he seems to be holding his own just for the moment, so we'll leave Alex by himself at the moment. However, Gary does want a piece of Cartman, it seems, and he's right on the tail. Cusker just wanting to catch up, obviously, but these guys are just sitting behind each other. That's just fine. Flappy and MS Too Fast, clearly they want to get past each other, but then again, is there going to be any overtaking here? Maybe. Wow, hey. I think MS Too Fast goes for the move on Flappy, and he actually closes the door, makes it stick, and it's MS Too Fast again for the 5th position. That's amazing what Slipstream can do, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is it. That is what it's all about. Competitive racing at your finest. Well, let's have a look up the field with Alex in 1st position. Obviously he's losing time every single lap, and the more he goes on, the more he's going to lose time. And in fact, on that clip you just saw Cartman in the background just turning around the corner, so in fact it's not going to be long before Cartman actually catches him up, because it seems Alex is actually losing a 10th every 10 seconds or so. So actually it's or every 7 seconds is not really too great for Alex, to be honest. However, he did play his cards, and it seems Alex is in first at the moment, but obviously the fact is, can he actually hold on to first for the rest of the race? You want my opinion? My opinion is he won't hold on to first for the rest of the race, because simply his tyres will not be up for it. Even though he may have the determination, mental capacity to actually hold his car through the S's, through the turns, without having any incidents, his car, whether he likes it or not, is going to slide. And Alex says, I've had enough, and he goes into the pits. So I don't blame him, to be honest, but Alex is obviously going to lose some places, because clearly he was losing a lot of time during that last lap. So unfortunately that's the way it goes. Cartman, on the other hand, is still rolling. However, let's have a look at John William Megan and Mr. Sean. However, Mr. Sean tends to say, no, I'm actually going to stay out. Was that a good option? Was that a good technique or tactic? I'm not sure. I don't think so. I mean, I think I would have pitted on this race, that's for sure. But hey, we all make our choices, and he has made his. And now he's got enough fuel to last him, I think. But unfortunately, he won't be overtaking too many more people. Well, Nessie, on the other hand, has painted his own car. Very flash there, flash design. I don't quite know what that's all about, but unusual design anyway. There you go. Well, as we can see, John William Megan has his wipers on. I'm not quite sure why, because guess what, pal? You're not racing in the rain. JC, all late breaker there, but he managed to hold it, and switches round to 7th position. With on the other hand, we have Alex in front, who's 11.9 seconds ahead, who was first. Originally Alex came out in I think it was 8th position, so he's actually made up 2 places for that, but I can't see him catching the top 3, that is for sure. So unfortunately he's out of his luck there. Well, we see Flappy, and clearly MS2 Fast is right behind him, and in fact these two have actually been at each other's throats all race long. So it's going to be pretty tough the way that these guys race, because these two actually want 4th position as much as each other. So it's going to be very interesting how this race unfurls. Cusker, on the other hand, he's been doing so great. Pretty solid race by Cusker all race long, actually. Very good. With Gary in 2nd position, he's done excellent to hold it in 2nd. However, he just couldn't keep up with Mr. Cartman from the Ukraine. So that was been excellent race by Cartman, and there we see as Cartman. Most of these guys, I think you'll find, design their own livery. So all of these guys, yeah, it's all their own livery. most of it. As we see down the line, okay, let's move down the line. We see Gary in second, Cusker third. Okay, MS2 Fast with fourth, putting a gap on Flappy now, so that's good to see from MS2 Fast point of view. Alex in sixth, 4.8 seconds. He is gaining time, but clearly there won't be enough time left on the clock since there's just over 30 seconds left. John William Egan, well, I was expecting to go a little bit higher in the rankings, but clearly he hasn't. So he stayed kind of mid pack, I guess, in seventh position. Turn those wipers off, and JC in eighth position. Hey, not a bad race at all by Mr. JC there. Actually very, very good. He's certainly got enough fuel, but his tyres, wowee, it's a tough one for JC, that's for sure. Nessie, on the other hand, he wants to catch up JC, but I'm guessing he may run out of time before anything happens about that. However, we see Mungino in 12th position. Who's just holding it together, it seems, and just so he can finish the race. He was in last, but it's unfortunate for Mr. Mungino. I thought he favoured this track, but clearly some drivers do not get on with this track, and vice versa. So it's clearly not his favourite, judging by his results. So while we have it, we see Cartman with a 7-second gap over second. So that's pretty good, I'd say. However, there's going to be a bit of a struggle with Cusker in third. Flappy is clearly overtaken MS2 Fast in fourth position, and they're all in the line right here. Nobody will be gaining any huge amount of time in the middle of the line. It's all about the corner, so who can actually overtake the rest of these guys. So as we see, well, with Cartman over the line in first position, flashes his lights, and well done Mr. Cartman, second position. We see Cusker, surprise surprise, and he takes second. MS2 Fast third. Gary in fourth, I'm surprised about. I was expecting him to get second, but he didn't. Flappy in fifth. Alex in sixth. He managed to get sixth out of it, and so that was an excellent race by Alex there. Flappy would have expected to get fourth, but he didn't. John William Egan gets seventh comfortably. Eighth, Nessie, just beating JC, literally by a hair's breadth, and he actually managed it. JC gets in ninth. Mercer in 10th, with Mr. Sean about to cross the line in 11th, and Mungino in 12th. And that is your race for today. The DRSL Drivers Room Sunday League. I'll say that right in a minute. There we go. What a fantastic race! And just for you guys out there, I will not be streaming this for 1 month. I will be having a 1 month break, so unfortunately I won't be there to commentate. However, I will try and get some very good footage in the meantime. However, for the end of this race, I have to thank you guys for turning up. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next stream. Thank you very much. Bye bye for now.